Morgan.
And Taylor.
We just had a ghost interruption, so excuse us. We are getting ready for Halloween. It's less than a week, so we want to show you what you can do with your nails.
Everybody say hi to Thao. She's going to be doing some awesome nail art for us today. And if you have any
Hi,
questions, leave them in the comments for us for a chance to win a nail art stamping kit.
Yeah, make sure to comment below and stay tuned. Thao, what are you going to show us?
So actually, we're gonna be doing a little bit of design on the template that Morgan Taylor, we do offer the designer plate that as you can see, we have some Halloween design in here. So you can now cooperate between the gel polish and the designing plate to create the fast design at the salon, fast for time and fast for money. So this is something that we want to have the customer be happy with the Halloween, but at the same time we can also make some extra money at the store. So stay with me.
Yeah. So without further ado, let's kick this off and do some nail art.
Yeah.
Let's start. So I have the model with me right now. As you can see, at this time I already prep her nail, so the basic same as when the customer come into the salon. So you still have to do the basic filing, shaping the nails. So I'm just going to start with her first. Normally I like to use the hand and nail harmony, the 240 grit file. This is a great file for to going over with the natural nails that help when you do just a basic manicure. Make sure that before you're using any files, that if it's brand new, we have to kind of dual off the side of the edges of the file, so that way we don't cut the customer. So now I'm just going to go shape the nails, just a basic shape. As you can see, my model have really nice nails already. We're going to keep that length just so that way we can have a good canvas for the nails that we're going to be applying next. As you can see with our file, even with the 240 grit file, it works really good. And one of the key things for when you're using this file that I love the most is how thin the side is, but it's still able to file the edges of the nails. As you can see, the thinness of the file will allow me to go back and push back the cuticle at the end of it, and then go back into removing any dead skin that we have on the nails without cutting the customer. So this is one of my favorite files so far when I do just a basic manicure. Can't go anywhere without my 240 grit file. As you can see, I don't go the entire surface of the nail, just only where the cuticle area. That way I can have just the dead skin around the cuticle removed without filing over excessive filing on the entire surface of the nail. Again, I'm going back here and just go around the cuticle area. And with the thinner of the edges, it will allow me to go to the side of the nail more. And as you can see, sometimes even when we do the pushing the cuticle, it might not giving us the opportunity to remove all the dead skin that around the cuticle there. I know this is a very basic manicure step, but this is one of the very important step where you apply the products on the nails, because if we have any dead skin remaining on the surface of the nail, that will make the products too lip or peeling. And sometimes when we do apply gel polish and we have the little ledge that between the cuticle area and the nails, when the customer nail grow out, it will cut into their hair, and that more likely for them to peel the nail layer color on top of the nails off and damage their nail. So always making sure that you push back the cuticle, remove all the dead skin if it's possible, as much as you can. And the cleaner the surface of the nails, the longer the products will last. And on top of that, apply thinly will also help the product to stay. We go into the thumb right now. You can see with the side of the fowl, I'm able to go really close to her corner of her cuticle area and remove all of that unnecessary dead skin there. Okay, as now you can see, only around the cuticle area is the area that I'm focused on. My next step I'm using is the Harmony Buffer 100 and 180 grit. Same thing with the foul. I'm etching the edges off, so then that way I don't cut the customer. So don't think that it's just a buffer. It will not do the cutting. It will do the cutting the same as you do with the foul. So have to be real careful when you remove the edges on the new foul or buffer prior to use. And as you can see, I don't put a lot of pressure on the nails. The purpose is just to remove the natural shine on the nails, not to really like buff out the surface of the nail too much and thin down the surface of the nails. Also, as you notice, I'm also go across the free edge, because most of the time I see that we tend to focus more on the surface of the nails, but we forgot that the edges of the nail also need to be prepped and clean. With using the buffer go around the edges will help also rough up the area that needed for the gel polish to adhere a little bit later.
Michelle Hilton says hi, Thao.
Hi, Michelle. Thank you for joining us. Now, as you can see, I'm going over the entire surface of the nail with the buffer, but at the same time, the cuticle area also get focused at the same time as with the file earlier. Same in here, we go to the thumb. Whatever that you did with the file, you will actually do the same motion with the buffer. So then that way you make sure that the entire surface of the nail is nice and clean, and all the natural shine is removed. Okay, so at this point I'm using the next one is the lens-free nail wipes to remove the dust that I have on the nails. So in here, as you can see, we're using the lens-free nail wipes to remove the dust on the nails. I just like to do a little twisting thing like napkins, just so that way it's easier for me to pick up. And then using the cleanser to remove the dust that on the nails.
Eddie says, thanks for sharing. Love Gelish.
You're welcome. Thank you for joining us. And as you can see right now, the surface of the nails is completely clean. At this time, you don't have the customer go wash their hand or do anything, because you want to make sure that the surface dry and clean as possible Try not have the customer touch the surface of the nail too. So my next products that I'm be put it on for normal gelish user, is the next product is a pH bond. pH bond will help take off the oil on the surface of the nails for a better adhesion for any products that stay on later. I even use these products when I do Morgan Taylor polish, just because it give the surface of the nail, a prep and clean the surface of the nail, so my manicure can last up to 7 days. Always cap the free edge as you go, because this is the step that help make sure that the entire surface of the nail, include the sidewalls, the free edge area, and the entire surface of the nail prep and prepare and clean. So can someone tell me what's the next step for gel polish application is? Foundation. This is the key products that we have that help the product stay longer. So foundation works just like a double side tape on the nails. One will give the adhesion to the nail surface. One will be grab onto the color that will be next apply on. And as you all know, Gelish have the best base coat in the market right now. And apply really, actually if you see it, I press it down really hard on the surface of the nails until my brush kind of fan it out and then cap the free edge. The purpose of having that pressure applied when you do the foundation is actually make sure that the product is deposit onto the surface of the nail, but not too much. Most of the time we overuse the amount of foundation on the nails, and that just make the the nail sometimes chip faster because too much products in there. So you want to be what we call drop off, not pick up, like we really mush that brush down into the surface of the nail. And sometimes you can do in like a circular motion too, just to making sure that the surface is completely the nail surface is grabbed entirely to the foundation layer. And if you notice that I have not go back into the bottle yet, my brush just one time and I still keep going. And as you know, her nail is really, really long. So that's telling you how much product that you really need to use. So don't overuse your foundation, and making sure that you cover entire nail. Sometimes it may be better for us to pinch it down the sidewall of the skin a little bit, so that way we can see what area that we're missing. And now we do the thumb. So if I didn't have to do the cleanup a little bit earlier that you see, I might not even need to go back into the bottle. So one of my brush will be enough to go to the entire 5 fingers on the nails. So just keep that in mind next time when you're using foundation. Don't use it too much.
Thao, do you mind sharing some tips and tricks of ways to keep your gelish from popping off or bending or having any type of those issues?
The key for applying gel polish is the thinner the application, the longer it lasts. So sometimes if we work with the products and we just have a habit of using it like nail lacquer, we will end up using it too much. Normally when what I normally tell my customer is just thinking about the concept when you're painting the house. If you're painting so much paint onto a cement, over time with the weather it will pop up or chip up, and the products got run into the end of the free edge. That will make the nail polish chip off faster. So by doing just a thinner application, you actually help yourself by have the product stay longer on the nail, easier for the light to penetrate through and cure from top to bottom, and also at the same time allow the gel polish to really give a natural look on the nail when you finish, compared to a thick application. So you have the gel polish that look just like you do a nail lacquer. So now we go into the light. For the foundation, We only need to cure for 5 seconds. 5 seconds only. We don't need to go longer. Now, after we're done with the foundation application, my next step that I always suggest people to do, if you notice on the surface of the nail is really shiny. This is what happened after you're done with the top with the base coat curing. The gel kind of raise it up to the surface and make the products the surface of the nail look shiny. So for me now, I'm just going in and using the gel brush. You can use any gel brush. It could be synthetic, it could be natural hair. Just make sure that you use something between a 5 and a 7 or a 6 and a 7. Then go over the entire surface of the nails. Just a clean brush. You don't need to use any solution or anything. As you can see, I'm just wiping down the surface of it. And as you see, the surface colors of the nail is start changing a little bit. Right now, at this point, the nail will have a better adhesion just because they have that tacky layer on the surface of the nail now without that slippery aftercare surface on the nails. So if you want to see a little bit better, I can just kind of like tap. And you can see it's become stickier on here. And on the one that I have not yet brushed it down, you will see it as more like slippery. It's go on a little bit slicker. So right now, I'm just brushing it down and give the surface that adhesion that needed for the next color application.
Sandy Borges says, "Hi Tao, can't wait to see you next week." Do you mind sharing what's happening next week?
Hi Sandy, I miss you. We're going to have the international training where we have about 150 educators from all over the globe. So we'll come in and visit the headquarters once a year. And this one for invitation only. There'll be the top educators that come in here and share the love, the care, the inspiration, and everything that we have together to make our brand better and to enjoy the time that we have with each other. So this is one of the things that I look for every year. So can't wait to see you, Sandy. So now after the application done, I'm going next to the next color I'm doing will be actually gel polish. I'm going to do 2 colors on the nails. This time we're going to go with black and orange. Very typical color for Halloween. So some of the nail I will do black and some of the nail I will do orange. We're going to do some fading also. So now I'm going to be first apply is the orange color. It's called Tiger Blossom. And if you can see, I'm applying it really, really thin. Also fold it down the skin on the side, and that will allow me to go deep into the groove of her nails. I'm going to skip that hands because that finger because I will do black on that one.
Stacy's complimenting the model and yours nail, saying that you guys, both women, have perfect nails.
Oh, thank you. That's very sweet of you. I love the color on my nails. Just a little sneak peek for you. That is actually our newest collection for holiday from the Marilyn Monroe collection. This red color is actually really true blue red, and red is my favorite. Just so you know, from now on, if you see me next time, you just say, "Hey, how come you don't have red nail polish on?" And then I would know you got that from this Facebook Live. Okay. Thin application, always cap the free edge. That's the key. We're going to go with black on the ring finger and the thumb on the 2 nails. And also for the key when you apply gel polishes, if you don't see the color like the way you're looking for, like you want it deeper, darker, don't worry about it. Just keep going. If you don't see the color on the first coat, you get it in the second coat or sometimes the third coat if you want to go really extreme. Like you can see right now with black, it's not really black, isn't it? It's still see-through, and I'm not worried about it.
Jennifer says, love working with Gelish.
Oh, actually, before we go in, I'm sorry. We still have the ring finger. Almost forgot. I'm a creature of habit, everyone. I don't know if you guys do, but I have to have go all 5 nails in at once. And if I'm skipping one, I will forget. So that's what happened when you're a creature of habit. So I'm going back and do the ring finger. And making sure that it's all cover top and bottom and free edge. Now we can go into the light for 30 seconds. And if you have happen to have a different light at home, you can use any UV lights or LED light. Just making sure you follow the manufacturer suggestion clear time, because each manufacturer will have their own setting on their time on the lamp. So for Gelish, we have the 5 second for the foundation, we have 30 second for color and top coat, and now we have the 60 second for the polygel. But that doesn't mean that we apply everything like that with other brands. So when you're using the light, make sure you follow what the suggestion clear time on each of the manufacturer lamp. That way you have the best successful for the products that you use. And for Gelish, you can use UV lamp, you can use LED lamp, you can use any lamp that have more than 36 watts, and that's the requirement needed for gel polish to cure. Pretty much just a standard in the market. And as you can see, voila, from the first coat to the second coat, what a difference that it made for just 2 coats. So if you see the first one and it's not like you want to see in the second one, don't freak out. Look, it's different in 1 coat and 2. So just go by the normal color, and then if you still don't see what you're looking for, then you will go with the third coat.
Sonia's asking, will third coat keep them from bending?
It depends on, because on the nail sometimes if you have a thinner nail, pretty much everybody nails is different. The thinner the nails, the more layer you probably want to have it on, just because this give extra support onto the nails. Sometimes when I have customer that coming in with a really thin nail, I actually use the structure gel that Gelish has, just to give a little support underneath first, before I put gel polish on top. And structure also a soak up system, so it allow me to soak up at the same time when I soak up the gel polish next time the customer come in. But it would, of course, it take a little bit longer for soak up, just because you have an extra layer. But it's all durable to do. So yes, 3 coat would definitely give an extra support on the nails versus 2.
Nicole says, love this demo. Thank you, Gelish, for taking the time to show us.
Oh, you're welcome, Nicole. Thank you. If you have any more questions, just feel free to give us a call, or chat with us here, leave us some comments, and we will try our best to accommodate whatever we can to help you understand the products better and be more successful when you're using Gelish. Okay, now we cue one more time into the light for 30 seconds. My next products I'm going to be doing on the nails going to be the fading. I'm going to do fading on the black nails and the orange nail too. Let's see what we can do. I'm putting the gel polish on the side until one of our plate. It's just a glass plate. I use that when I do design, so that way when I'm done I just wipe it off and clean it up and continue use it again next time. But you can use anything that you have at home. Sometimes I even use little foil in the back of the foil, or the little things on the back of the form. Just depends on what I have at that time. So now my little sponge. So here you guys can use anything that in the salon that you have. I mostly use the most is the makeup sponge. Makeup sponge help me to just using it, and then when I'm done I can just remove it and throw it away. So in here I'm using the edge of it, the sponge, and I'm just going to tap into the little glass dish. And the nice thing about this one is you can always use any color that Gelish has to make the design, and without you have to buy more color out elsewhere. So as you can see, the color on the tip will be a little bit darker, and then they start fading into top. And sometimes I like to have my customer go into the light for like just a couple of seconds. That way, it set the color in there. Same thing with the thumb.
Vanessa has a question.
Mm-hmm.
Which lamp are you using?
I'm actually right now using the 18G Comfort Cure, what is the newest lamp that Gelish has in the market. This lamp have that 60-second timing that I was talking about. That this is the new addition that we use for our polygel products. Before with the normal 18G is cure up to 30 seconds, but for this one we up to 60 seconds for that reason. Okay, now we go in.
Eddie says, please, I would like to win a designer plate. Do you mind explaining how people can win the designer plate?
You're gonna have to stay with me and watch what I'm using the designer plates for before you can see that you like it or not, but I'm sure you will. You will love it. Now I'm using the next one is the black to go over the orange. So as far as I know, for the designer plates, you just have to kind of stay with us until the end and leave us some comments, and then we will select you as put your name in the list of the people that participate in this one for a free designer plate winner. And as you can see, I'm going with both sides of the sponge. One side is the darker one and one side is the cleaner one, so then I can grade that fading in a little bit more extreme, more dramatic. But of course, everybody have their own technique. Whatever works best for you is using it. I would not say, okay, do my way only, And sometimes if you have the little lint that come off from that sponge, just use your gel brush and softly removing it and go back and fill that gap again. Okay, same thing here.
Emma says hi, emoji face.
Hello. Thank you for joining us. Do you guys have any questions so far to the step that we're doing right now? It seems like everybody got it down to the T. I'm so happy that you guys enjoy Gelish so much that you don't really have any more questions. I mean, you guys use it every day in the salon, I hope.
Frank says, that's awesome.
Thank you, Frank. Gelish actually have a lot of show that we do during the year. So hopefully after you got watching this video, if you haven't got a chance to go to one of those shows, come to one of the show and say hi to us. We are all there. I think we probably have like 9 or 10 different show a year. That way you can get to meet and greet with us. And if you have any more question, feel free to jump in and say hi to us. We're here for you.
Oh, we have a question. What black are you using? Is it polish paint?
No, it's actually gel polish. This color is black shadow. So just so you know, right now Morgan Taylor and Gelish family, where the Morgan Taylor is a sister, with the matching nail polish. So anything that we have now from collection between 2016 until now, everything have matching nail polish. So if you see some color in Gelish that you like in nail lacquer, just check with us. We might have a matching lacquer for you too. So that way you can provide your customer both lacquer and gel matching. For me, I do like toes with lacquer and gel on my hand. So it's just me. Okay, so now with the fading, we are good in here. But I think I'm going in a little bit more orange on the black, just because, black is deeper, so it's hard to show that orange tone in it. So I'm just going to go just a bit more. And remember, when you do nail art, there's no right, there's no wrong, there's no yes this way only, no the other way, none of that. Just give yourself the freedom of, explore yourself and do whatever that you feel like the best performance of best art that you can give to your customer, and I'm sure your customer really appreciate that.
Angie has a question about the sponge.
Mm-hmm.
Is the sponge wet or dry?
It's dry. The sponge always use dry. I haven't really used a wet sponge yet, besides doing with a different technique that I don't know if I'll be able to show you later on, but the wet sponge doesn't tend to pick up color as much, so I only use it when I want to create the watercolor technique kind of look on nails. But for just color two-tone, I just use a regular dry sponge. Okay, so now we see more of the orange on the black. Now we go into the light one more time, and after that we're gonna go with Topcoat. And then we're going to go with design on top of that.
Kimmy has a question. She wants to know what tips or tricks you have for getting close to the cuticle without
flooding it.
Without flooding it or cleaning it, and taking off your polish.
So if you notice on the brush of the gel, even with lacquer, if you notice that the brush we have that have the little dome cut, so it's kind of rounded a little bit, so it's allowed to go closer to the cuticle area. So I would show you on the nail tip. So pretend this is the nail of the customer, and when you want to apply closer to the nails, you will go about 1/16 inch close to the top. And then you can see the brush kind of like fanned out on the shape of the nails already without me do anything. So here, I'm just kind of like pull back and then push up a little bit and then pull it down. And that will allow the nails not getting too much products around the cuticle area. And then you just brush it down. As you can see right now, I don't have any extra products that on the ledge top where the cuticle area is. So hold it down to near where you want it to be, and then when the brush starts fanning out a little bit, you push it up a little bit and then pull it down, and then you start go down, go back and brush it down again. And of course you can have to free it. I hope that's helped you. And I do this one with all my lacquer gel polish application. When it comes to color, you always try to stay back a little bit on not touching the cuticle area. Okay, let's see now what we want to do. On this one, we're gonna do a little freehands on this one first. So what I'm using right now is the mini gel striper, the Gelish brush, mini striper. When you buy the new brush, it will be a little bit more hair, obviously, than the one that I'm having. I already custom it. I give it a little haircut. So less hair in here, but the brush is going to be a little bit more detailed, so I can go over the surface of the nails, jaw line that I wanted to draw. And I put out some of that white gel polish Arctic Freeze on the plate. And now I'm just going to pick it up, the amount of products, and then start go over here and then start doing that shape.
Crystal is loving the color.
Thank you, Crystal. Okay.
Veronica is eager to know the next step. Are we going to use the stamping plate?
Yep. I try to keep you really, really on your toes, and then that way when I start doing my next step for the designer plate, you see how easy that is. So now what I'm doing actually is I'm doing the outline. Anybody know what this one is? No?
A ghost.
Ooh.
I think he was interfering with us earlier.
Yeah.
Monica says lovely.
Oh, thank you. A little love for the little nose. And in here, just little mouth.
Gabriella says hi from Guatemala.
Hi. I never been to Guatemala, but I would love to visit. I hope you guys have a really good Gelish support system over there. If not, join us on Gelish Facebook, or even email us, go online, look at our website. We have a lot of things that we have here that may be able to help you with any question or concern that you have with the product, so that way you can have full understanding on how to use Gelish correctly.
Heidi wants to know, what are you painting with? What kind of tools are you using right now?
I'm using just the mini striper brush and pretty much kind of like, free hands. My expertise is not really making a lot of nail art lately. This is just something for the salon, quick, so that way you can make some money. But my expertise is I'm actually enjoy the most is making new color for Gelish.
Vu says spooky. I think he's getting scared.
Ooh. Hey, Vu. When are we going to see your next design? Hopefully we get to see you here for Halloween. Are you coming to the training with us, Vu?
I think he is.
Oh, you don't have a choice. You're going to have to come see me.
products you're using are Gelish products, right?
Yes, correct. But the one thing that I really enjoy doing with some of my design school is I'm a girl, so I love to have bling stuff. I'm gonna put a little bit of stones on the eyes. As you can see, I have some pixies crystal that I will put into the eyes for the ghost. Just so he would have a very fancy surface. As you can see right now is I'm using the Topcoat, Gelish Topcoat. And I'm also use a Topcoat as a product layer to put the stone on, to adhere the stone with it.
What are you gonna do for Halloween, Thao?
I don't know yet. My kid is too old now. They don't want to hang out and do Halloween with me anymore. Maybe I just go to people's house and hanging out, giving out candy, I guess.
Maybe you'll be doing nail art on Halloween. Some Halloween nail art.
Yeah, that's true. Hopefully.
Katie says hi.
Hi, Katie. These pixie not really show much on camera. I am sorry, but in real life they're really, really, really shiny and pretty. Okay, so we're going to put it into the light. Okay, so the next one we're going to be using is using the designer plate. That's where the fun start. Designer plate is really quick to do, design on the nails, but at the same time, it's a little messy a little bit. But let's see. So my next nail I'm going to be doing, I'm going to put some webs in the background. We're going to have silver web. So before we do any of that, I need to have the top coat on the surface of the nail first to seal the color before I put the design on. I'm going to be using Morgan Taylor nail lacquer as the tamming, the stamp for the paint for the stamp.
Karen says hi. She just started using Gelish and loves these videos, so she can learn.
Oh, thank you. There's a lot more video on how to on YouTube that you can look it up, and also from the Gelish website. If you are a professional nail technician, we can you can register online with us, and there's a section where professional login. You can go in there, and then you can see a lot new products that we have post regularly, along with the step-by-step and nail art application. So hopefully that will be a place that you guys can get in and get more information that that you might have once in a while, like me, blank on have that little blonde moment and then I can't figure out what I need to do. So go in there, give you some inspiration, and also see what new that we have to offer. So now I'm using just the cleanser to remove that tacky layer aftercare on the surface of the nails. Most of the time you can just leave it like that if the customer just want basic, but now we're going to do the stamping on the surface of the nail. So I'm just going to clean it. I'm going to do it on the thumb because it's the biggest one that we can see. Now what we're going to be using is, as you can see, is the web that I want to do. Before you work with the products, making sure that you have everything ready. So when you work with the stamping place, the key is only 4 minutes that you have to work with it. So when you have it stamped, go immediately to the nails. And you only can swipe it once and then get the roller, rolling it, and place on the nail right away. Voila! See how pretty that is? And the way to clean it is actually you just use a little tape, Scotch tape, and go over the nails with finger and take off the excess foil that you have onto the nails. Now we're going to go over to the other nails, doing the same thing. So since I'm going to be using that same design, you want to make sure you wipe down that paint that you used earlier to remove that first before you go to do it again. Again, put the paint, wipe it down, pick it up right away with the little plate, place it on the nails, rolling it, and leave it there. Wasn't that easy? And the way to clean this, also use just a Scotch tape and remove whatever that you have earlier on the little plastic thing. One more time on the place again. Rolling it. Now we go over to the pinky. And remember, there's no right or wrong. There's no certain way that you can use the stamp or not use the stamp on a certain angle of the nails. Just whatever that you like to have. There's no right or wrong again. So don't feel obligated. Okay, I only can go this direction and not the other direction.
Emma is asking what Morgan Taylor color is that?
For the orange one is Tiger Plus. Oh, for the foil, that is Could Have Foil Me. So now as you can see, I have all of her fingers that have web on it. It's really fast application. And it's dry really fast. So we can always go back, and I'm going to add a little bit more pattern design on it just because we can.
Katie is asking, do you prefer to ombre with a sponge or a brush?
Just to me honestly, I feel like I'm work best with the sponge, but again, if that's something that you work best with the brush, and just do it. Okay, my next one is black. I'm going to put in the skeleton, and again, you go in, pick it up. You have only 4 minutes to work with it, so before you stamp anything, you make sure that you take any extra designer that you don't want off of the nail first, off of the plate first, and then look through it and stamp it down. If you notice in here, I don't know if you can see it, but see through that one, that's where my skeleton is. And voila, I have him laying there the way I want it to be. And my next one I'm going to be using is some bat and spider. Rolling it. Take off the excess design on the stamp. Place it on the nails. See where you want it to be. And just place it. there you go. How easy. Anybody have an idea how fast that is and how easy to do? See, now you can do it at the salon with your customer. Take no time and you make extra money. We're gonna do spider.
We have a question. Can you use stamping plates with Gelish or only Morgan Taylor?
I only use it with Morgan Taylor, to be honest. At this point, I have not used it with Gelish, and I don't think the Gelish will work, just because the color need to be dry in order to stamp on top. With gel, it had to go into the light to cure. So for that reason, I don't think the gel will work. Okay, so I got my spider. And my spider will hang around in here where his net is. Voila. Maybe one more spider. What do you think? Should I do two or just one? Let's just give him a friend, okay? We're gonna do one more spider, so he have some friends.
Christina says that's amazing.
Thank you. I'm glad that you enjoy this tutorial, and hopefully with this one you can use it at your salon right away today. Now he has a friend. Okay, so now with this one I can just top coat it and go. But I'm going to do a little bit on this finger, maybe a little pumpkin. Should I do a pumpkin or a little cat? Oh, let's do a cat.
I think a cat's more spooky.
I'm having a little fun over here. Can you tell? And guess what? I'm calling my cat Mikey. How about that? Mikey doesn't want to show up on this one yet. One thing that you have to also notice when you do the stamping is you only can go over once. As you notice, I did it twice earlier. It doesn't go that way. You only can swap it once, and that's it. Swap it. Pick it up, get it in here, get the extra design out, and put Mikey here. Here's Mikey. Okay, so now with the stamping, everything is done. So what I can also go back and do is put over the top coat, top it up one more time, and cure it. And call it today. Now I can go over the entire forefinger. Anybody have any questions regarding about the plate, the stamping plate?
People are liking the stamping plate. They like all the different designs.
Yes, and we actually have 6 different designs. So there's more that you can use. Just have to check with your local store to see if you have anything available. But I'm sure, like Cosmoprof or any beauty supply store, ask for Morgan Taylor designer plate, and you will get your products there. Hopefully, all of this is help do a little quick tutorial for your salon today. And I hope you guys enjoy the Morgan Taylor and Gelish combo that I just did. And if you have questions, leave me a comment. So 30 seconds is up. I'm cleaning just the surface of the, remove just the cleanser, the tacky layer. And as you can see, my cleanser just go do the entire remaining of that little stamp thing that I have the silver on the surface of the nail earlier and cleaning it up. Okay, my next products that I always suggest people to do is no matter how you finish the nail, always finishing up with Nourish. This is something that you can sell at the salon for retail as well, so customer can take it home and give them a little treat. Always good to have a little bit cuticle oil at the end of the day, so that way it condition your nails and keep the hand moist. So as you can see, I'm only go over the cuticle area, not on the entire surface of the nail. And now I'm just go back, rub it against it, and I'm finished. Any questions so far, everyone?
Veronica says, love it. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you so much for joining us, and enjoy the little templates that I just did with Morgan Taylor, and hope you guys have fun with this. A little bit of something, but like I said, we have a lot more designs on those plates, so check it out to see if anything that you can use in the salon, and that's a lot more you can just do a quick design for Halloween or any other occasion that we have. Okay, everyone, so this is it for Facebook's live for Morgan Taylor and Gelish design. So hopefully this little tutorial can help you with some Halloween ideas using the stamping plate. Other than that, feel free to inspire yourself, and the sky is the limit. So have fun, enjoy it, and give us any feedback if you have time, and we're here to listen, and hopefully we can help you with any question that you have. So good luck with the color, and enjoy the Halloween, everyone.